Listen, we mustn't compare ourselves to regular people. We're artists.
New at 10, racially motivated chants go viral, viewed thousands of times. The focus, 2 Northwest Indiana basketball teams. Tonight, the schools say they're investigating the incident caught on tape. Here's CBS 2's Suzanne Lemonnier.
Chants of "Si se puede," Spanish for "yes we can," erupt from the superfan section of Bishop Noel Institute, a predominantly Latino school in Hammond, Indiana. They respond to what spectator Ashley Howard calls a very racist exchange started by rival team Andrean High School.
Chants like "build a wall" and "please speak English, no comprende."
Howard was disturbed by the exchange between the 2 Catholic schools. She shot this video and took pictures. An Andrean student holds this poster with the face of Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. This sign says ESPN Deportes in Spanish. That translates to ESPN Sports. But in this case,
had the bolded T and E as in deport. It was sad to see, and the administration was standing right there, and they didn't step in and say, "This is not all right, give me those posters."
The 6th man can swing a team's momentum to victory. Last night, Perry versus Dallas center Grimes in district play.
Unfortunately, at times things escalate, and it goes from simple cheers and chants to more personal.
In the second half, DCG students reportedly tapped into a presidential candidate's controversial stance on immigration.
They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
To intimidate a team largely comprised of minority players.
They repeated Trump, Trump, Trump.
They just heard Trump, Trump, Trump.
Principal Dan Marburger says DCG school officials cut the chant quickly, but it took a harsh toll on his students.
Many of these kids were born here in Dallas County, and they just happen to be minority kids, but they're born here and have every right as anybody else does to be here.
After the game, we found one DCG student tweeting, quote, "Perry fans are the reason I want Trump to be our president."
He has a question.
Mr. Trump, there have been incidents. Hi, Mr. Trump. There have been incidents of children, of white children, pointing to their darker-skinned classmates and saying, "You'll be deported when Donald Trump is president." There have been incidents of white kids at basketball games holding up signs to teams which have Hispanic kids on them, saying, "We're going to build a wall to keep you out." Are you proud of that? Is that something you've done in American political and social discourse that you're proud of?
Well, I think your question's a very nasty question, and I'm not proud of it because I didn't even hear of it, okay? And I certainly do not like it at all when I hear about it. You're the first one that's told me about that, but I would not be proud of that at all, and that's not what the purpose of it is. We want to make America great again. We want to bring back our industry. We want to bring back our jobs from China and Japan, and by the way, Mexico, which has taken so many of our jobs, and that's what it's about. I have not heard about these instances.
Deporting people, and you talk about building a wall, and you talk about banning Muslims.
I talk about deporting people that are here illegally.
On children,
okay?
Doesn't
and I
that
also
have an
talk
effect
about
on
people
the
coming
whole
in, Koki.
discourse?
I talk about deporting people that are here illegally. They're here illegally. We either have a country or we don't. I talk about deporting people that are here illegally. I also talk, Koki, I also talk about building a wall, and oftentimes I'll say there's going to be a big, beautiful door in that wall, and people are going to come into our country because we want people to come in. We want people to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally.
What about what the children are hearing from you and how they are responding to it?
Well, I think people are responding very positively. I think the messages are very positive. You know, Make America Great Again is a very positive message. It's not a negative message. And that's
unless you think America is great already. And a lot of people
I think America is right now very, very troubled. I think we're being laughed at all over the world. I think that if you look at our military, we can't beat ISIS. General George Patton, General Douglas MacArthur are spinning in their grave right now, Koki. We can't beat ISIS, okay? I think think that our veterans are not taken care of. They're treated worse than illegal immigrants, by the way. You want to talk about a problem.
You've had a good
Our
many
educational
veterans
system is at the bottom of the heap worldwide. We're doing horribly with education, and yet we're #1 in cost per pupil. Yeah, I think we have a lot of problems. Obamacare is a disaster. It's got to be repealed and replaced. It's a disaster. People are Obamacare has not worked. It's going to die of its own volition, but it's better if it gets terminated and if we come up with something good. No, we have, if you say America's great right now, America is a very, very troubled nation right now, Kobe. And we, on top of it all, we owe $19 trillion.
All right. We're being told that you've got to go to a follow-up interview. Cokie Roberts may want to come to your office and interview you.